Today's my birthday. There's a little secret that I would like to share with you, which some of you might not have been privy to. And I would like to share as well what my birthday wish is. Not only am I celebrating a milestone of a birthday, I am also celebrating the new lease on life, which was given to me 6 months ago when they removed cells that did not belong in my body, making me cancer free. At the beginning of October, I was asked to speak during the opening ceremony for breast cancer awareness at Rumsey Hospital. When the coordinator asked me if he could introduce me as a cancer survivor, it did not sit well with me because I don't consider myself a survivor. If anything, I am thriving. I began to analyze why the word survivor caused so much discomfort. As I looked up the definition, it became clear. A survivor is someone who overcomes or copes with a bad situation, an affliction, or a misfortune. In other words, a survivor is more of a victim. And I never saw myself as a victim. I saw myself as a warrior fighting a battle within my own body. Any military personnel returning from war is not considered a survivor, but a hero, a veteran, since they overcame an extremely difficult circumstance. So, clearly, I did not see myself as a victim, for I was fighting a battle in which no matter what the final outcome would be, I would win. Having lost my mother to pancreatic cancer taught me many things, and it also gave me a clear picture of what could lay ahead of me. One of those lessons learned from my mom's journey is that death is inevitable. Did I say that right? Inevitable, just like taxes. Yep. We cannot avoid dying. And it will come to you in one of two ways. It can catch you by surprise or through a disease that will give you some time to place your affairs in order. And this could be a gift in disguise. When I got back my lab results with the diagnosis in July of 2019, stating that the cells were indeed malignant, it rattled me for a few minutes. But then the peace of God, who surpasses all understanding, fell upon me. If it was the end of my journey, I was okay, for I had lived a good life. And I had accomplished most of my dreams. I would finally get to go home and meet face to face the one who is the lover of my soul. If I got well from this battle, that meant that there was still work ahead of me in this journey called life. And that was okay too. As time went by and I continued to meditate on the two possibilities that were before me, God's love manifested itself in such a way that if I got one more drop of his eternal love, my body would explode. I couldn't contain nor explain this joy that was manifesting before me. It didn't matter where this journey would end, health or death. I had a win-win situation either way. Upon this understanding, all fear was gone. Along with it, the adrenaline and the cortisol hormones produced by fear, creating the perfect environment for cancer to thrive. Cancer lost its power over me, and death had no longer a sting. I've become free. Even though I was walking through the valley of death, I feared no evil, because his staff and his rod comforted me. I feasted daily at the table that was prepared before me before the presence of my enemy, this cancer, who wanted to quiet me down, not knowing that it was making me more powerful, more outspoken, more grateful. In my search for alternative treatments, I learned that in Eastern medicine, the doctors also heal the patient's mind and soul in conjunction with conventional medicine, treating the body. They believe that negative or traumatic experiences or emotions are some of the roots causes for cancer, such as rejection, bitterness, and resentment, to name a few. Sure enough, I found these emotions harbored in my heart, which immediately I began to address. I needed to put my house in order and remove any ill feelings within me if I wanted to heal. Why? Because as humans, we are not the product of some inanimate material that just happened to evolve by chance. We are a body, a mind, and a soul. and any disconnect within those three will affect the body as a whole. At one point, I will confess that depression and discouragement to fight this cancer did come knocking at my door. It was right after COVID's stay in place was lifted. I saw people behaving so selfishly as if they were the only ones in the world dealing with the pandemic, immediately followed by senseless killings and violent protests. When I met with Dr. Tahisha Wilson, my breast specialist, she asked me, "How are you doing?" looking at me straight in the eyes. I knew what the real question was. I solemnly confess, why should I even bother to get better when the new world that we are emerging to is so horrible to live in? In her typical and wise fashion, she told me that it was good that the darkness was coming out to the light, allowing us to see who the real enemies were. And her advice was to focus on reaching out to just one person, to share the truth and to make a difference in their life. Since it's my birthday, I want to do just that. I want to touch the life of one person. I want to encourage you to make the best of each day. I want you to strike a balance in life between living with passion and delicately, because life is but a vapor at the end of the day. It could be taken away from us in a blink of an eye. I don't need to point out the challenging times that we're living in presently. As I stated before, seeing people behave selfishly affected me profoundly. So, I will not ask you to donate to a worthy cause. I will not ask you to purchase one of my t-shirts, which it would be cool. Nor am I asking for peace on earth. I'm simply going to ask you to be kind, not only to yourself, but kind with others, even if you don't share the same point of view. You can disagree with someone and not resort to name calling or treat with disrespect. You can be concerned about your well-being as long as you're not so self-centered that you're harming others. In fact, when you focus on the well-being of others, your own well-being will return to you 100-fold. I guarantee it. And this is my birthday wish. I have gained and grown so much from this journey where I don't see it as a misfortune. I am not a survivor. I am a veteran. And if walking through the valley of shadow of death meant to gain experience and help others along the way, then I would do it again 1,000 times over, because God has been good to me. I also want to thank all of you for your birthday wishes. I've been reading each and every one of them. Some of them I read and they had me crying. They meant a lot. And I also want to thank all of you that were there with me during this challenge. You were supporting me either through prayer, taking me to the hospital, bringing me food, cleaning my house. Giving me encouraging words. There were so many people that came through that I'm eternally grateful, and I could have not done it without you. So thank you very much. So lastly, be well, be safe, love deeply, be emphatic with everyone, and even those who you do not like. We are only here for a short time. Love you.